This is my mother, Ruth Brumbaugh, and me, Damaris. We're going to sing some songs. We're going to just share a little bit. I'm going to ask her some questions. And it's hard to get close enough. And I just wanted to bring her with me. She's been with me a month about now, and she's going to go home today. I wanted to do it before today, but we didn't get to it till now. So, Mom, do you want to say anything first, or do you want me to just ask you any questions? Go ahead.
Hello, whoever's listening. I don't know who's listening, but I'm not used to this, but I can say a few things maybe.
Then I'll ask you some questions too, so whatever you want to say.
And whoever's on the phone, or wait.
It's okay, just talk to anybody, it's okay.
Okay, to anybody. Well, hello. And so I wish you all a Happy New Year, and I hope it goes well with you, and you can rejoice in the Lord and what He has for you and for your family. And I do love you, and I pray for you, and may the Lord just bless you in this year, in your time of work, and in your times of in all your times. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Mom. And we're going to sing "In the Garden." I come. And then we're going to talk a little bit. I'm going to ask her some about her life. She's had 13 children. I was going to let her say it, but I'm going to ask her a little bit of questions after this song. So stay on. And Mom is 82. And when you talk to her on the phone, we all say that she sounds like she's like in her 20s. She don't sound like an old person. If you didn't know you were called an elderly person, I mean, you wouldn't know you're speaking to one if you didn't know who she was. So, okay, we're going to sing "In the Garden," right?
Yeah.
Okay, Go ahead.
I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear calling on my ear, the Son of God discloses, and He walks with me, and He talks with me, and He tells me I am His own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known.
He speaks, and the sound of His voice is so sweet. The birds hush their singing, and the melody that He gave to me within my heart is ringing. And He walks with me, and He talks with me, and He tells me I am His own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. He speaks, and the sound of His voice is so sweet. The birds hush their singing, and the melody that He gave to me within my heart is ringing. And He walks with me, and He talks with me, and He tells me I am His own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. That's a good song, and my son loves this song, and I wish he was here right now. He went to church. He was just thinking he would be with us, probably be with us in here singing this song. He chose this as his sleep with, and I think I learned it from home. I told him I remember learning it from home. And I remember my mom would wake up in the mornings, and I remember her singing downstairs, and I wasn't really a morning person. And I would say, well, why does she have to sing this early? I would just say it to myself. And I was wondering, why does she have to sing this early? And then later on, as I grew up, I was like, well, how could she even get through her days if she didn't have the joy? If she didn't have the joy, I don't know how she would get through the days. So God has helped her. She knows how to sing, and most all of our family, I think all of us know how to sing. So
I think they do too.
We have to use our gifts, and we have to use what God has given us. So, Mom, is there something you want to say about something you've learned from your family of 13 children?
Well, I know one thing. With a family of children, you need to have a lot of patience. Mama used to tell me, Ruth, you have to have patience. Sometimes we get aggravated at home. You say, now you got to have patience. You children, if you get a little bit upset at each other, she said, now you have to be nice. You have to have patience in life. And I know that's true. That's very true. God tells us we should have patience and tenderness and love and humility and all those good fruit of the Spirit. God tells us those things. So I want to live in those things.
Well, I have to say, I told her that I didn't know how she could do it. She had so many children talking to her at once. I told her after I left home that I don't know how I would have did it. I felt like I would have went crazy. She had so many children talking to her at one time. So she really did have a lot of patience. I told her I thought she had too much patience. What do you have to say, Mom?
Well,
or you want to talk about something else?
No, not to say right now.
What is something that you learned that you would do over in your life if you had a chance?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, what would I do over?
What are some things you would do over if you had a chance?
If I had like to, I would like to spend more time one-on-one with the children if I would do it over. If I would do it over. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's good to talk with your children. I wish I could talk with them more than I did, but I still can when I'm with them. Still can with them. We were just together a few weeks ago. All of our family, all of our children were there, and most of the grandchildren, about 4 of the grandchildren weren't. Or so. But I appreciate the time together. I appreciate our together times. I do, and that's what we need to do. We need to be with each other and talk with each other and see how everyone is doing, and just wish the best for each of them. Pray for each of them. I pray for them each day.
It's kind of hard to do, but I guess it can be done when you have 13 children or 12. We went down to, how many? You want to say what happened to 2 of our children? I'll hold it. You want to say what happened to 2 of the children?
Our oldest child was 4 years and 10 months, and we had and our stove, well, somebody messed with the stove or something and put paper in the stove, I suppose. But anyhow, our oldest girl died 4 years and 10 months. She died, and she got burnt one night and one evening, and while we were out doing the chores, and the next morning she died then. So that was a little sad. So then in 2001, I think it was 2001, our 21-year-old son, he was driving too fast at night, and he got killed that night. So that was sad too.
Yeah. So we never know. We never know when our last breath is. We never know when we're going to have an accident. We never know when we leave home if we're going to even come back.
That's true.
We really don't. So we got to act like this might be our last day. We don't know if we're going to have time to do the thing that you have on your heart to do tomorrow. So we need to do what we can today. I know I've put off a lot of things in my life, and I'm really tired of it. I put off so many things. Mom, what do you have to say about procrastination?
Oh, procrastination. Oh, yes. I don't like that. I don't like
She's
that.
pretty good about doing things right away.
Sometimes,
does.
but not always. But sometimes I just wish I wouldn't have put that off so long. Wouldn't have put that off so long. But it makes life harder when you put things off because, you think you're going to do it and you just kind of I don't know, you just kind of push it back or something. That's not the good way to do it. And it makes you feel so much better if you get it done. It's out of your way. You don't have to think about it anymore then.
I know she's not a procrastinator because when I tell her of something she can do, I tell her, Mom, you don't really have to do it right now, but if you feel like doing it, and then the next thing I know, she's sitting there, she's doing it, and she does it even if she's tired, usually before she goes to lays down, when I thought she would do it when she got up. So she's not like that. I mean, I think we had somebody in our life who was very much like that, but we can't blame anybody for what happened. We have to learn and say, I don't want to do that. There's things that I learned growing up that was really good. There's things I learned that I didn't want to be like. And one thing I learned, I felt like Mom was gone a lot, and Papa was too. So I decided I'm not going to, I have to be with, even I only have one child, but I have to be with them more. Because if we're not, we don't know what's going to happen to them when they're gone. We don't know. Even if they're a teenager, that's when you need to still be with them because even though you're not with them all the time, that's when they really want to do things even more and may get into trouble even more. I know I wasn't going to go into that story when on here. I was thinking about more just talking to Mom, letting her say what she thought of, but I just thought of an accident that we had when I was about 13 because I wanted to go away from home. I wanted to do something and Mom and Papa were gone. So I asked my sisters and brothers who wants to go along, and we got in the car, and even we didn't have our license, and we had an accident. I could have been killed. I have this scar right here. You can still see it. Mom said it was like a backward S. She said I would have gotten killed if it was any closer to the temple. And she said it looked like a backward S, and that reminded her of Savior, and I never forgot that.
Yeah, that was a sad accident. Yeah, Damaris got her like a hole in her cheek. Then I watched the doctor sew it up.
And my leg.
And she had her right femur bone broken, and they put I think iron rod or something in there. It's just still in there. And I don't know what I was gonna say. I forget now.
You can talk about anything you would like, or I'll hold it.
Okay. So we had, I had went to church that day, and it seemed like they left the little child in the bedroom or something, but she was okay when we got home. But that wasn't a very good way to do. But anyhow, one of the policemen talked about he wanted maybe he would have talked about if he should charge Damaris or Raven's the one who was driving. Raven got her. I get what happened to her on that time. I can't.
Just some little cuts in her ear.
She got some little bruises done. But anyhow, he wondered about maybe if he should arrest her or something. I said, Larry, I think she's been through enough already. I mean, to have that happen to her and be driving like that. And so he did not do anything like that. He was nice that way.
And it was just around the block, and it reminded me, and I heard before that people that have accidents, they're most of the time right around their own home area.
Yeah.
And that one was for us. It was just about 2 miles away. We were going to go around the block and look for a place to swim. I always wanted to be by the water, and we really didn't get to go swimming, so I was going to look for that place. Well, we didn't get there, and I didn't get to drive on the way back. That was my plans.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, Raven didn't have her license either.
I know.
So,
I know she didn't.
So what else do we want to talk about? Is there anything else you want to share?
Right now. I can't think of anything just now. We have, I said we have 9 girls left and 2 boys now. So I'm going to the girls' places that are married. All of them are married except 3. And I go to their places and stay a week 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or something like that, and then come around that way again. So that's where I've been here at Damaris for a little while now. So I'm going to be leaving to my other daughters now this afternoon now. So it's been nice doing that, to getting around and getting to see your grandchildren off and your daughters and son-in-laws, and I just appreciate that. I just appreciate all those things.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord's been real good to me. Lord's been real good to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to bless you all. All right.
She could have a lot of things to share, but I think yesterday she didn't feel very good, so she probably don't have all of her energy yet. But yesterday we wanted to do it, but she wasn't feeling well enough, so I waited. And I would have liked to do this other time she was here, but like I said, some things I don't get done, some things we don't make a priority, and sometimes she said she didn't really know what to share, but she still said that today. But I said, okay, I'll just ask you questions. She said, okay. So we don't always know things to talk about. Some people will not ever even come on here, so she's brave in doing it, even though she's probably never did it before in her life. I mean, I've taken pictures of her or put her on live, but she's never came on and said anything. I think this is the first time, isn't it, Mom? Maybe.
Well, like this, yeah.
I mean, you've been on some WhatsApp calls with me before, but
Yeah.
not on YouTube.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, okay.
Mom has went through many things, very many hard things, and she has taught us she's taught us how to go through and endure a lot of things, though some things I've learned I've decided that it's not the best to endure it. Some things are better not to go through. So I've learned some of that too. Right, Mom?
Yeah.
We've learned some things of that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Some things we learn what we should stand up to, and we didn't know it at the time, and we learn it later. We can learn good things. Everything that we've learned in our life, that was, what was I saying? Some things that we've seen in our life that wasn't the best, we can learn from those things too, by learning not to do those things, by learning we don't have to live in the same way that we were brought up. Like I told Mom yesterday, I asked her, Mom, did your parents ever tell you they loved you? She said, say it, Mom. Did they?
No, I don't remember what they did. But I knew I felt that love. But I don't remember if they said that. We didn't talk about that very much like that at home at all.
Mm-hmm.
People do that way a lot more. So maybe sometimes they say things in love, and maybe they don't even love anyhow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's not good.
Yeah, people do say I love you too quick nowadays, and they don't know each other a lot. But it is good for families to say it to each other, but some people do say it, what she was saying. Some people say it and they really don't. They say it, so you have to be careful you don't just listen to words that people say, but you listen to what they're doing.
Listen to.
Watch what they're doing, not what they say only.
Their words.
Yes.
Their thoughts. Their actions. Actions more. You have to watch people's actions too. Mm-hmm.
I wish Mom would write a book, and maybe she would if I've been helping her.
Mm-hmm.
She would have a really book to write.
I don't know.
She's not saying much right now, but she have a whole life of a lot of hard things she went through, a lot of good things, and I think she would be a midwife. She has always been a natural. She actually delivered all of her children at home except the first one with her husband, sometimes my oldest sister. So she has done all those things, and I felt like she could also be a midwife to others if she did the thing that she really liked. Isn't that something you would have loved to do?
I would probably like it. I know one I drove a lot of Amish people to different places.
You were a great nurse.
And this one time
she was the best nurse too. The best nurse.
And the midwife didn't get there in time, and so I cut the little baby's cord. I cut the baby's cord. And one child, it wasn't ours. Yeah, a couple of times my husband went there, so I had to do one by myself, and then the last one, boy, my daughter was with me. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of that's a little bit of our life.
Mm-hmm. She's always been the best nurse. I told her I never liked it when she wasn't home when I was sick, because She would be the best nurse. She would always come and say, "Do you need anything else? Are you about ready to get up yet? Do you feel good?" And she would give us like a whole chair of drinks
Oh
to
my goodness.
drink and say we had to drink it all. I remember that. It seemed like it was a whole chair full. She put it up by the couch and she said, "This is this, and this is that, and this is this."
Yeah,
Because we,
Timmy thought sometimes that maybe I gave him too much tea because
yeah.
he couldn't sleep.
So, what is something funny that you thought happened? Was what any of your children like pretty hilarious?
Mark probably was.
Timothy
Goodness.
too, isn't he?
Yeah, Timothy done a lot of things, different things. He climbed up on the chimney. It was really windy one day, and I don't know what he's put up on the chimney. Something the chimney wasn't. I think the stove was drawing right, and he went up and done something. I don't know what it was, but it was kind of scary to know that he went and done that up on a windy day, very windy day.
Oh.
And my goodness! And one time him and Mark I think they were racing the bicycles or the motorcycles, and the bicycle tipped over for Tim, and he scooted a long way on the highway, and he was in bed for a week and had to doctor him up.
Timothy,
yeah, yeah, that's right, Timothy. So.
Yeah, well, different things happened when they weren't home. I just now remembered another thing that happened is my one sister broke her leg while I don't think Papa was home.
Nobody
She
was.
broke her leg, and I had to help hold her leg up. I wasn't going to talk about these things here, but it came to my memory when she was talking about Timothy, some crazy things he did. There's some really crazy things we did at home, but we had to keep ourselves sane because we really didn't go away much besides stay at home and what else?
Go to church sometimes.
Go to her family sometimes, go to Tennessee sometimes, in church. That's about all.
Yeah, we didn't go a lot. Visiting some, yeah. We went visiting some, yeah.
So
yeah, so I enjoyed my family. I still do. I still enjoy our family. I love our children. Yeah. We have 24 grandchildren and 2 great grandchildren.
And you want to say how old Papa is?
Papa's 86. My husband's 86 years old. And I'm 82.
Almost. When's your birthday?
January.
She's almost 83.
Oh, yeah.
January 19th, and today is just almost the last day of December.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, okay. I don't want to make it too long. I wanted to have a video with her. I said then we can have it forever. Maybe the next time she's here, we'll do another one. We might do another one with David here pretty soon. And I might go pick him up. I had, there was somebody I might need to help today, so she had an emergency situation. So I wanted to be here if I needed to go help her. So I will let you all go. This is Damaris Addo. This is my mother, Ruth Brumbaugh. And I'm going to say bye.
Goodbye. Nice talking to you. Be nice if I could see all your faces too.
And my mom always never met a stranger, and I'm kind of like that now. I think she's even more than I am like that, though. She meets somebody, she just starts talking to them and acts like she knows them, don't you?
Yeah.
Most people like that.
Yeah, they do.
Call again.
Okay.
So, okay, we gotta go now. I'll talk to you later. Have a happy new year. Merry Christmas. Amen. Bye-bye. I gotta try to get off of here.